she's not used to this. She's not cut from this cloth.
Big question, why do you think Teresa did not have a problem at the revelation that Jackie had met with Louis' ex?
As long as she hates Margaret, she gets a pass.
It's a show about women getting along and, like, you know, not like cutting people out in teams. Like, who does that?
The multi-million-dollar question is, where do we go from here?
I don't think the group, as it is, goes anywhere from here.
You know, I fight for my family and my husband and my kids and what's morally right.
The two of you, are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't know if there can be a next chapter with this group of women.
What was done this year, there's no going back.
Oh God! Dina Katina is out here dropping truth bombs like it's her job. She's saying every housewife has an expiration date. And yes, that includes the Queen of Jersey herself, Teresa Giudice. But hold on to your hair extensions, because that's just the appetizer in this drama feast. Frank Catania, our favorite silver fox, is spilling the beans on how Teresa has changed since hooking up with Luis Reles. And let me tell you, it's spicier than the meatballs at the Giudice family Sunday dinner. Meanwhile, Danielle Cabral is still out here being unapologetic about her physical throwdown with Jennifer Aydin. Girl, we haven't seen this much Jersey attitude since the infamous table flip. And Jenn Fessler? She's making it crystal clear that she's not here for a complete RHONJ reboot. But with all this drama, who knows what Bravo has up their sleeve? Now, let's talk about our girl, Dolores Catania. If there was an award for Most Diplomatic Housewife, Dolores would win it hands down. When asked about potentially not returning for season 15, she didn't throw a tantrum or go on a Twitter rampage. Instead, she said she'd leave with grace and gratitude if her time comes to an end. Can we just take a moment to appreciate how classy this woman is?
Say when a contract doesn't get renewed, fired, whatever, they burn the house down. They go after Bravo. You're extremely diplomatic and you get along with everyone.
Yeah, it is. How did I get to this beautiful life? So I was always grateful every year. Like, no matter how our expiration date happens, because everybody has an expiration date as a housewife. Did I ever belong to be on TV? I should have been a housewife from Totowa, like, you know, and which is nothing wrong with that. But where did I would leave gracefully with a lot of gratitude, because this has done so much for me.
Right.
But don't count Dolores out just yet. She's scoring major points with Bravo by landing a spot on The Traitors Season 3. That could be her golden ticket to staying on RHONJ, but with the show teetering on the edge of a reboot, who knows what could happen?
It's too much. She's not used to this. She's not cut from this cloth.
Big question, why do you think Teresa did not have a problem at the revelation that Jackie had met with Louis' ex?
As long as she hates Margaret, she gets a pass. Number one, she said Jackie did it. She wasn't her friend. She said, at one time, me and Margaret were friends. I was never friends with Jackie.
You believe Jackie was the one to release that Warrior video?
I don't know who did it, Andy. I really can't say.
Was that video just meant for just the ex, or was it meant for? It wasn't meant for public.
She said she didn't, so I have to say, unless she's proven otherwise, I just have to say I don't know.
No.
Oh God, no.
No.
That was a couple years old.
Now let's dish about Frank Catania's shocking revelations. On the Lisa Alice podcast, Frank spilled some serious tea about his childhood friend Teresa. He's saying she's changed dramatically since getting with Luis Reles. According to Frank, she's not the same Teresa we all grew up with. Ouch, that's gotta sting more than a bad spray tan. But here's the real kicker. Frank dropped a bombshell that Teresa might be asking to leave the show rather than getting the axe. Don't worry though, he still thinks she'll land on her feet. I mean, let's face it, Teresa's a major reality TV icon. She's like the pickle juice in the dirty martini of Bravo. You either love her or hate her, but you can't ignore her. Frank's also got some spicy predictions about RHONJ's future. He thinks Bravo is about to shake things up by dropping some old faces and bringing in new blood. And honestly, he might be onto something. Frank's not loving how divided the cast is, calling it essentially two separate shows because of all the drama.
Teresa, across all the franchises, is probably the most recognizable housewife in the world. Teresa, I've heard the same thing as Teresa being asked to leave as opposed to being fired. Changed, my opinion, she has changed since Louis been around. But it's a shame because, you know, I see Teresa landing someplace because
Changed in what way?
it's just not herself.
Okay.
Not the Teresa I grew up with.
Speaking of drama, let's talk about Danielle Cabral. This girl is living for the chaos. At a recent live event, she was practically glowing as she bragged about her epic showdown with Jennifer Aydin. Danielle's calling it self-defense and a highlight of her TV career. Girl, if throwing drinks and insults is self-defense, then I've been doing it wrong all these years.
It's a show about women getting along and, like, you know, not like cutting people out in teams. Like, who does that?
The multi-million-dollar question is, where do we go from here?
I don't think the group, as it is, goes anywhere from here.
You know, I fight for my family and my husband and my kids and what's morally right.
The two of you, are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't know if there can be a next chapter with this group of women.
What was done this year, there's no going back.
See underneath all the madness, there is a love. You can almost feel it, you can see it, and so it's so nice.
Danielle's not shy about reliving the drama. She even joked about how watching the fight back is like a wild throwback to her 20s, except she's 38 now and still throwing down. Talk about living on the edge. The altercation, which started at Teresa's Tulum-themed party, was nothing short of explosive. Things spiraled quickly after Jennifer shoved Danielle, leading to a full-blown drink-throwing, name-calling spectacle. It was like Jersey Shore meets Real Housewives, and I am here for it.
I have to bring it up because let her explain her story to the world. I didn't know she was going to come at me like that. Were setting me up. I knew I was going to tell her anyway. So even if they said to me on camera, she knows, I'd be like, well, I have to tell her. And we were talking about it at Paulie's house, and I had said to her outside. But I saw a side of Jen that I should have, it was a red flag, and I never really said anything. I'm going to tell Melissa. And on camera, she goes, I don't think it's a good idea, no. Her and our friendship. And in that moment, I'm like, what are you doing right now? You know I'm going to say it. You told me 5 minutes ago to say it. And I kept a straight face. I'm going to go back, going to be knowing what I know now on that reunion stage. I was sad. I liked Melissa. I wasn't saying it to her to want to get her. I wanted her to clear it up.
But wait, there's more. The tension didn't die down during the last supper of season 14. Danielle tried to dive across the table at Jennifer and even threw a glass pitcher. It was giving very much Teresa table flip energy, and I'm living for it.
Jenn, Danielle scuffle that broke out.
Girls come into this season with a plan and they execute, and that was the execution of a plan that happened before cameras even picked up.
Party, I mean, it seemed like Dolores was like, I'm good, we're done. Yes.
Was Dolores ever in it with Jackie to begin with?
For me, Dolores is always a voice of reason, you know? So if Dolores is done, she's done and I'm done.
Now, let's talk about Jenn Fessler. This girl isn't here for a full RHONJ reboot, and honestly, can you blame her? After Andy Cohen's offhand comment sparked rumors of a New York-style reboot for the Jersey crew, fans have been in a panic. But Jen's got her own take on the situation, and she's not shy about sharing it. While chatting with Danny Pellegrino on the Reality Check podcast, Jenn made it clear that a total overhaul isn't the answer. Sure, she's not thrilled about the divided cast vibes, admitting there was no more fun during filming, but she still believes the show has some life left in it. I mean, who doesn't love the chaos and drama that only Jersey can deliver?
I didn't. I turned around and I said, hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm sorry, I should have kissed you. No, I'm here because I don't have to sit in a room like this with snakes. I can go sit in another room with snakes that are nice. Okay, but I'm not ready to talk about it yet. And absolutely pushed you. What happened that night, now that I have seen it live in action, I don't blame you. What I felt when I walked in was nothing welcoming, so let's not pretend like you opened up your arms to me.
Agreed. Well, I did.
I regret defending Jenn Aydin in that fight.
That's really all I wanted to hear.
Jen's keeping it real, though. She knows that the big wigs at Bravo will ultimately make the call, but she's hoping that the fans' deep connection to RHONJ will keep the show from getting the full reboot treatment. And let's be honest, RHONJ might have been ready for a fresh start, but Jersey's got that special something that's still worth saving.
It's a show about women getting along and not cutting people out in teams. Like, who does that?
The multi-million-dollar question is, where do we go from here?
I don't think the group, as it is, goes anywhere from here.
You know, I fight for my family and my husband and my kids and what's morally right.
The two of you, are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't know if there can be a next chapter with this group of women.
What was done this year, there's no going back.
See underneath all the madness, there is a love. You can almost feel it, you can see it, and so it's so nice.
So, what do you think, besties? Is it time for a complete RHONJ overhaul, or should Bravo keep the Jersey drama coming with the current cast? Are you Team Teresa or Team everyone else? And most importantly, who do you think would win in a real Jersey-style throwdown? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, in the world of Real Housewives, today's enemy could be tomorrow's BFF. Until the next reunion, that is. And reminding you that in Jersey, the hair is big, the drama is bigger, and the loyalty, well, that's always up for debate. Stay fabulous, and don't forget to flip a table for me. Goodbye.